Chemical evolution versus cosmic panspermia. Hey friends, welcome back to another mind-blowing conversation that's gonna spark your curiosity. Today, we're diving into one of the biggest questions humanity has ever asked. How did life on Earth begin? Stick with me as we explore how life might have evolved right here on our planet. Or, wait for it, maybe even arrived from outer space. We're gonna break this down with science, skepticism, and a dash of cosmic wonder. Is life's story explained by Darwin's evolution and chemical reactions? Or does the wild idea of panspermia, life hitching a ride from aliens or space rocks, hold some truth? Let's unpack this step by step, have some fun, and get those brain gears turning. Ready? Let's go. Humans are curious creatures, aren't we? We're always poking around, asking, where'd we come from? And how'd all these animals, plants, and ecosystems get here? Over centuries, we've come up with all sorts of ideas, some mystical, some scientific, to explain life's origins and its incredible diversity. Let's start with one of the oldest ideas, creationism. In simple terms, creationism says a super powerful deity, or deities, crafted the universe, Earth, and every living thing. Pretty straightforward, right? But here's where it gets tricky. If a god made everything, who made the god? Where was this deity chilling before the universe existed? And what was it up to? Cue awkward silence. These questions stump creationism, and in modern science, it doesn't hold up as a testable theory. Sure, some folks still vibe with it, especially through religious lenses, and that's cool. But science demands evidence, and creationism struggles there. So let's move on to ideas that lean more on observation and experiments. Back in the day, before microscopes and fancy labs, people thought life could just pop into existence. This idea, called spontaneous generation, suggested that living things could spring from non-living stuff. Think maggots appearing in rotting meat, mice spawning from dirty rags, or flies buzzing out of trash. Sounds wild, right? For a hot minute, this idea had traction. Even scientists like John Needham in the 1700s thought they proved it. Needham boiled veggie broth, sealed it, and after a few days, found tiny microbes wiggling inside. Boom, he said, life from lifeless broth, but not so fast. Enter Lazzaro Spallanzani, a skeptical scientist who smelled something fishy. In 1765, he redid Needham's experiment, but cranked the heat way up, sterilizing the broth better. Guess what? No microbes. Why? Because Spallanzani's higher heat killed off microscopic life that Needham missed. This showed life doesn't just appear, it comes from other life. Then, in the 1680s, Francesco Redi threw shade on spontaneous generation by proving maggots in meat came from flies laying eggs, not the meat itself. Later in the 1860s, Louis Pasteur sealed the deal with his famous swan neck flask experiments, showing that life only shows up if pre-existing microbes sneak in. Spontaneous generation? Officially debunked. With spontaneous generation out, scientists started asking, okay, if life doesn't pop out of nowhere, how does it change over time? Q. Jean-Baptiste Lamarck, a French biologist in the 1800s. Lamarck suggested that living things adapt to their environment during their lifetime, and those changes get passed to their kids. For example, a giraffe stretches its neck to reach high leaves, and its babies inherit longer necks. Cool idea, but it didn't quite stick. Turns out, acquired traits like that don't pass genetically. Then came Charles Darwin, the rock star of biology. From 1831 to 1836, Darwin sailed on the HMS Beagle, studying plants and animals on islands like the Galapagos. He noticed species varied slightly based on their environment, like finches with different beaks for different foods. This led to his game-changing theory, evolution by natural selection. In his 1859 book on the origin of species, Darwin argued that all life shares a common ancestor, a simple, single-celled organism. Over millions of years, species evolve through a process where the fittest survive, reproduce, and pass on traits that help them thrive. Think of it like nature's talent show. Only the best adapted make it to the next round. Darwin's ideas, overpopulation, variation, survival of the fittest, and adaptation, explained why we see such diverse life today. His theory is still the backbone of biology, but it doesn't fully explain how life first sparked. Fast forward to the 1920s, and scientists like Alexander Oparin started piecing together a new idea, chemical evolution. This theory says life began through chemical reactions on early Earth. Picture Earth 4.6 billion years ago, a scorching, lava-filled rock with an atmosphere packed with methane, ammonia, and carbon dioxide. No Netflix, just vibes. As Earth cooled, water vapor formed clouds, leading to epic rains that created oceans. Energy from lightning, volcanic eruptions, and UV rays zapped those gases, forming simple molecules. These molecules washed into the oceans, mixing into a primordial soup of amino acids, lipids, and nucleic acids, the building blocks of life. In 1953, Stanley Miller and Miller-Urey tested this idea in a lab. They recreated early Earth's conditions, zapping a mix of gases with electricity. Boom! They made amino acids, life's Lego pieces. This experiment showed that life's ingredients could form naturally, supporting chemical evolution. Over time, these molecules clumped into complex structures, eventually forming simple single-celled life. These cells evolved into the complex organisms we see today, from bacteria to blue whales to you watching this video. Chemical evolution paired with Darwin's natural selection is the leading explanation for life's origin and diversity. Now, here's where things get cosmic. Not everyone buys chemical evolution. Some scientists argue it's too slow. Earth's timeline might not be long enough for simple molecules to become complex life. Plus, where are the half-evolved fossils to bridge the gap? Enter Panspermia, a theory that says life didn't start on Earth. It was delivered from space. Panspermia suggests microbes like bacteria or viruses hitched a ride on comets, asteroids, or meteorites, crash landing on Earth billions of years ago. These space travelers could have kick-started life here. Sounds like sci-fi, but there's evidence to back it up. In the 1980s, Chandra Wickramasinghe and Fred Hoyle, two brilliant astronomers, championed this idea. Their team, working with groups like the Indian Space Research Organization, found microbes in meteorites and high-altitude air samples that don't match Earth's known life. In recent years, scientists even found bacteria on the International Space Station's surface 400 kilometers up that don't exist on Earth. Here's the kicker. Some bacteria, like bacillus, can survive insane conditions: 420 degrees heat, crushing pressure, and cosmic radiation. These tough little guys could totally surf a meteorite through space and land on Earth unscathed. Studies estimate 20,000 plus bacteria and viruses rain down on Earth daily via space debris. Wild, right? The 2013 Kepler mission also found billions of potentially habitable planets orbiting sun-like stars. If life exists out there, it could spread across the galaxy like cosmic dandelion seeds. Panspermia doesn't just explain Earth's life, it suggests we might all be space aliens in a way. Mind blown. All right, let's wrap this up. We've got two heavyweights: chemical evolution plus Darwin's natural selection, which says life brewed in Earth's oceans and evolved over billions of years. Then there's Panspermia, which claims life arrived via space delivery. Both have solid science behind them, but neither is 100% proven. Chemical evolution has lab experiments like Miller-Urey, showing life's building blocks can form naturally. Panspermia has meteorite microbes and space-surviving bacteria, hinting at cosmic origins. The truth? It might be a mix of both. Maybe space seeded the ingredients, and Earth cooked them into life. Oh, and here's a bonus. Some ideas in Panspermia weirdly align with ancient texts, like the Buddhist Aganya Sutta, which describes life's origins in cosmic terms. Want a video diving into that? Drop a comment.